Check your phone because I switched right in the middle and switch it over to Ethernet. We Gucci?
Gucci by Gucci.
I don't know what that means.
Now it just gave me notification, so
Yeah, Android phones. Garbage. All right, welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend. With me always is my beautiful co-host, Call Girl 6, better known as the Chiquita Banana Lady.
Oh my God.
Hey,
y'all. Why do I look like this, you might say?
You
Let
might
me tell
ask.
you how. Okay, I have dreads, and I roller set my dreads, and it wasn't dry in time for the podcast. Now I'm not going to take out all this hard work I did.
And we was not about to do these podcasts. These rollers on her head looking like she should be
I
yelling.
would have. But I was
On
like,
who
no, let me close.
Maybe Auntie Legends podcast.
I think it's falling apart up here. So,
Chiquita Banana.
this is what we're working with right now.
Chiquita.
And the show must go on. One monkey don't stop. No show. In the words of my grandma.
Hey, brother polite in the comments. Orca Man is here.
Hey.
Killer Whales is a spirit animal. Killer Whales is the most.
Oh, my Lord.
You ever paid attention how ridiculous it, before we do anything else, you ever paid attention, looked at the videos I was showing you of killer whales?
No, I didn't.
Killer whales are literally the black Air Force Ones of the ocean. Like, so killer whales will go up to a great white shark. And you know great white sharks are supposed to be apex predator. They'll go to a great white shark, flip his ass over on his back. And when you flip them over on their back, they go into like a paralyzed state and they'll fall asleep. They'll do that. Then smack the shit out of him, wake him up. Flip him back on his back, put him to sleep. Smack the shit out and wake him up.
They're just toying with him.
And then rip out his liver.
Wow.
Because all they really be eating is like the liver of them. Baby seals, they'll take seals and sea lions and they'll flip them shits 50 feet in the air until they back crack on the water and leave them there. And then go eat another one. They will beach themselves on the ice. Like, they motherfuckers.
Just play with them.
They just jump up there on the ice and eat a penguin. Like,
ultimate predator. Okay.
slide back in. I'm
Born
telling you right
serial killers.
now. Born serial killers. But I'm telling you right now, I'm 100%. My spirit animal is an orca. Like killer whale. Who get a name like killer whale? It's bigger whales.
When they was deciding on names for whales, that
It's
one
like
in particular.
blue whale, sperm whale, weird ass name whale, killer.
You a
Killer. Like you seen that one, like, okay, look at him flipping that penguin 50 fucking feet in the air. Look at that. They'll jump people, sneak. Like what animal beaches they self? Like, I need water to live. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jump up on this ice and go eat me something. And hope I crack the ice and slide back into something.
They know they will.
Or I'm gonna jump up on the beach, eat me something, and then hope the water drags me back in as I wag my tail. They're wild. Not tax fraud whale. Whales just out here committing tax fraud, doing everything. But yeah. All right, let's get into it. I just want to talk about killer whales because they are fire. We should probably start talking about it.
Orca Man.
Orca Man hopping to the chat. They are fire. And Chiquita Banana Lady is here.
Oh my God.
I feel like you should have one of them big church hats next podcast with all the fruit and shit in it. The fruit basket hat. You know, when the old ladies be coming to church and they be stunt with their hats. Why is that?
I don't
You
know
used to go
when
to church
it became a thing. I don't know when it became a thing.
It was a thing when
it was
you was a kid,
always
though.
a thing, yeah.
It's been a thing since we've been alive.
The biggest hat, and they want to sit up front. Can't nobody see
Can't
the
nobody
pulpit.
see none of the sermon.
I never understood that.
Passed up there going bananas. The organ come on, doom, 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 and then she over there, pow, fucking 20-gallon sombrero, fruits, bananas, and shit all in the hat. Excuse me, Miss Esther, baby, you need to be listening to the Lord. That's your problem. You're trying to see everything. Mm-hmm. With that old ass fan,
you blocking in the church.
You know what you're doing? I'm blocking this. You know what you're doing? Blocking your blessings. Talking to me about my hat. Mm-hmm. All right, Miss Esther, you got it. Amen. Hallelujah, all that.
Sex work should be legal.
Right after the church sermon, amen. Let's talk about it. Sex work. Sex work
should be legal.
How would they tax sex work? Just like they tax, probably just like anybody else. Give them 1099. Just like I contract construction and carpentry work.
Whether they tell the truth or not, they ain't our business. But you want some.
Waiters has been lying. Waiters and waitresses has been lying the whole time.
You know what I'm saying? Making $3-4 an hour, and everything else is tips. So
I don't even understand how that's legal.
What?
Like to get somebody $3-4 an hour and then make their money off tips.
Because they feel like, they're gonna make a lot more tips than what.
But still in all, how you just gonna not pay somebody for their work? So, you know what I'm saying? So and then the stuff that might affect them getting paid don't have shit to do with them. Like, oh, you did shitty like advertising, so people aren't coming. The chef sucks. The hostess sucks. All these people suck. You just come out there to bring a drink and bring them a dry ass steak, and they're like, "Fuck this place. I ain't doing nothing."
I think on days like that, they should definitely up their pay. You know, if they have X amount of patrons a day, like I don't know how they would calculate that. But
I just think like straight up, I should get paid. This is how I think it should happen. And I don't know if somebody who worked in like the customer service field probably got it. I think that one, I don't understand tipping. If we just get it, like I don't understand the whole idea of tipping. It's not like and it's like you go to a restaurant and order less food. I pay more money for less food. It's less for you to carry, but I got to tip you more. It ain't like the steak was heavier. Like, what the fuck am I paying you 20? Like, I should be paying the chef who slapped together this feast.
Tipping should be based on the patron, right? So if I feel, she did such a great job, she's so friendly, let me help you out a little bit. Here you go, gave me a service. Like, I shouldn't be mandated to tip.
Yeah, because it's like when you mandate me to tip,
your service trash. Then
because like you know the way we are about it is it's like if we ain't got money to tip, we ain't gonna go out and eat. So you just missing out. We ain't even gonna find out that you dope, but we like this restaurant because it's like. Man, I ain't got $200 to throw up at a meal today. You got $200 now. All right, well, look like we at the crib then. Your boy here, chefing it up. But anyway, back to the sex workers. I think sex workers, because selling pussy the oldest profession in the world. Mm-hmm. Like it ain't too many professions that was in the Bible. Like there was prostitution and there was carpentry, and I ain't see much carpentry going on. I heard about carpenters, but I ain't. But I heard about some hoes.
I ain't seen no work that was being done.
You know what I'm saying? But faith without works is dead. I seen some hoes in the Bible.
No,
you know what I mean? Getting it done.
There was some hoes in that house.
There's some hoes in the house. If you see them, point them.
For real.
But yeah, so B Rabbit said lawmakers claim it's public safety issue, but it's really about them not being able to figure out a way to tax them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Can't talking about a public safety issue. No, but this the crazy shit. Sex workers ain't legal. We can't fuck with sex workers. No, this and that. But escorts are illegal. Are
legal in some areas. Yeah,
in most areas you can get an escort. And it's like, what you think that escort doing? What you think the difference between that escort being $100 and $1,000?
They may as well make it legal because of that fact right there with the escort.
Yeah, because but people want to do it, but it's like escorts. All they did was like, let me put a high price tag on it, and that'll kind of weed out the bum. That'll kind of weed out the bum hoes. That'll weed out the bum Johns. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now it's a rich man's game.
Yeah, and they can get as far as the taxation on that, it'd be a lot more than what they would get from somebody out there on the street. And it's a legit business most time when you look at it.
And you wouldn't have as many people because at the end of the day, people got to pay their bills. And I think that's what we don't understand. And too many people born in fortunate circumstances don't understand that. Sometimes if you don't got food out there, you're going to steal or you're going to sell whatever you need to sell to provide for your family. You cannot tell a woman who's sitting there with kids. And women have this innate ability that, guess what? Men, we go out here to try to make money and we want ass. And women, y'all got ass and y'all want money. So it's just, look at this, a perfect trade. You know what I mean? So it's like, if a woman want to sell, let her sell. It's like, you could go do porn. And it's cool. So it's like, I can go and have sex with somebody and get paid for it on a contract. Like, really, what's the difference? Like, was the whole should just call it
there
porn.
you go. Then with the
taxation,
legit business
with the
and
legit
the
business,
lucrativeness of
you should
it.
be able to. I mean, let me have a goddamn. I'm gonna have a strip club, steak and steak and legs.
Steak and legs.
Steak and legs. Legs and bacon.
What's the name of that? I always used to see back on Bare Assets. I always thought that was a cute name.
Yeah, Bare Assets, yeah. It's like you should, like, and this is the thing I don't understand about it. Everybody know what happened. And realistically, when women go out, let's just say we borderline, like a lot of women borderline selling pussy anyway, if we keeping it a buck.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like by the time you go on a date, you go on a date with a dude, this and that. When you watch all them gold digger videos that you done fell in love with lately, it's like that you be watching.
I put my business out there.
But you watch these videos and stuff like that. They pretty much going out here talking to a guy. Oh, you got money. You got this and that. Oh, yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to holler at you. I want to do this, that, and the third. Da. Sucking dick in the car, getting thrashed in the hotel or something like that, just to ride around and do this and that, or get taken out to have a good time. We literally been exchanging money for sex in so many different ways. We've been bartering. Dudes been bartering for pussy since the beginning of time. It's like, you want some bread? You want some fruit? Hey, you want a little saber-tooth tiger? Let me get some ass. You know what I mean? Like that. This has been the beginning of time, and we trying to church it up, Joe Dirt. Like now we about to church it up, Joe Dirt. Like, yeah, we don't want to be out here selling. But it's been a barter system for it even goes the same way with old. Like you see them older women when they want their little sugar baby or something like that. They got their money together. They want a young boy to come through there with some strong, hard pipe and no opinions.
You hungry, baby? You
hungry, baby? You ate? I'm a cougar. You know what I'm saying? Let me come in here and feed. I'm gonna feed you a little more than them oxtails. Come here, boy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that shit's been happening. You know what I mean? Young people, young beautiful people been selling their beauty for money because young people are poor, but they got beauty. Older people usually, are not to say they're not beautiful, but they don't have their youth. Since they don't have that youth, but they done use their youth, they done got their money now. So really, we just trading time for money, bartering for sex, bartering for what people need. But we just gonna put the black flag on this one, like, no. Shouldn't be selling pussy. Get out of here.
That's because, like what Bonnie said, can't figure out how to tax it.
She said,
what would be a way if you could figure out something like that? What would be a way? If they say it's public health issue, okay, so you register these people and maybe they need to show tested. They need to go get tested every quarter or something, just like how you would have to report income and all that. Maybe something like that, or if they don't,
so I think the testing,
you have somebody knocking on the door like, "Yo, you ain't been tested."
I think it would be a lot easier.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a dude popping in, be up to like, "Hey,
tested.
That shit on your lip got some shit on his lip."
Yeah, you get a fine for not going in and getting tested.
Dude show up and be like, "Hey, put the Abreva away, bitch."
Yeah,
what's that? What's that on your lip? No, you out of business. You on suspension. Admin.
And you get a fine. That's how they get their money too. Yeah.
Oh, you what you out here doing?
You ain't reporting your quarterly business. You ain't doing what you supposed to.
You ain't basket weaving? Doc ass $50.
Yeah. So I mean that could
quarterly
be one of the ways, you know.
You know how much more money if you just go. And the same thing like with drugs. Drugs should be legal. Like pretty much if you want to do, alcohol ruin more lives than anything. So it's like all of this shit should be legal. If you was to let people sell. Like just to sell pussy, sell dick, whatever they want to. If you let them sell it, I think in all reality you could get some regulations and make it more safe. Cause it's gonna happen. But selling but not gonna go away. I don't care how many Bible thumpers it is out here. I don't care how many bars you get rid of, strip clubs you get rid of. You can have police patrolling every blade and track, whatever you want to call it, that's out there, and hoes are still gonna sell ass.
Yep. And not only that, those who aren't quote unquote whores. They if they meet somebody nice or whatever, that's a man's thing. They don't know what else to offer, so here you go and go and do something. Oh, okay, damn, I can get this all the time. Okay, run it up with the next dude, you know. So I think, like you said, it ain't gonna go nowhere. It's gonna always be. So it's gonna be a continuous cycle. Make that shit legal. Whatever you gotta do, people gonna do what they have to do regardless to get their monies up. So.
Yeah. So put the comment. Also, tipping is only a thing in the good old U.S. Every other country is quite confused by that. For the most part, it is. I mean, China let you tip because they communists as fuck and they buy their money. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I remember I had this. I ain't gonna put him out like that. But we was out drinking this and that. He like, hey man, I'm about to go to this massage parlor. I'm like, bro, it's 2:00 in the morning. Ain't nothing open but legs and fast food. He like, I ain't hungry. So I'm like, all right, bro, what you about to do? He like, well, you just can't leave me. Like, man, I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be like 5 minutes. I'm up here like, man, we can go over here and talk to these bros, this and that. I ain't trying to do all that. I'm not paying them for sex. I'm paying them to leave. I'm like, okay. And then he came back out 30 seconds. I'm like, what happened? He like, Ain't nothing but Chinese women in there. I'm like, oh, you don't like Chinese women? That's your thing? Like, everybody got their preference, so I ain't think nothing. I'm like, you don't like Chinese women? Like, nah, them hoes ain't got no soul. Like, I'm like, what? He like, yeah, and they the only Asians that ask for tips. Like, it's up and like, damn, bro, like that's different. But when you get into it, it's like, I don't understand why we trying to hold on to this like idea. Like we said, like in our governing documents that we will not, like we separated church and state.
Yeah,
we supposed to been did that. We still really using church as our document for like this is what's keeping us from letting men and women sell sex. Like
church and state is not separated.
And it's like realistically, sex workers. It's like, and then that's where you draw the line at. So you draw the line at a small business. So it's like I could be on OnlyFans and get paid to let people watch me. I can let people pay to come on and shoot a video with me, and then I have sex with them. I can let people pay for anything else except a straight hand-to-hand transaction. Like, boom, boom, let's get it done. Yep. Appreciate you. See you next Tuesday at 7:30.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What is it? Oh, you said you really exposing Fox on Al Gore's internet. Talk about you and your gold digger videos, and you be laughing at you be having them shits blasting across the house. Like, yeah, girl, go ahead, get my call. This and that. Look at this gold digger.
Got one coach. London.
Tell that bitch to open her own door. Like, yeah. And then from my understanding, the Bunny Ranch. It's funny that B Rabbit will bring up the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, and Vegas was 100% legal. I'm not sure what their process was, but they were licensed to operate as a sex business.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was in Vegas. I know. So Las Vegas itself, if I remember correctly, Las Vegas itself prostitution isn't legal, but Paradise or whatever, like right outside of there, prostitution is legal in that area. Where prostitution being legal, it's like if you ran that thing like a tight business, it's like, man, I'm telling you, like the way people
say it's not legal.
I don't think it's actually legal in Vegas.
Because
I remember having to look it up.
Who got some folks when they went to
got some folks that got some folks
when they went to Vegas.
Yeah,
business card and all that.
Yeah,
so they little license. And they
so I remember it was something weird, like in the places you would think in Vegas, it wasn't, but it's like right outside or Paradise. It was something like that. I don't even remember how it is, but regardless of what, it's like that business would be so much better. Like I'm telling you right now, the way that people felt about like weed and dispensaries coming out or whatever, when it was like, oh, got to get in here, sell his weed and sell his weed and got to do this and that and move all this stuff with weed. It's like that's how I would want to be about like let them make prostitution legal. Your boy coming out here with the return of the Mac.
Nah, so I don't think pimping need to be legal.
Everybody need a manager.
Okay. I know everybody need a manager, but so maybe that need to be regulated then, because that's ridiculous how some of these pimps operate.
Yeah, I'm talking about good, honest pimping.
Honest pimping.
Good, honest pimping.
Honest pimping together.
I ain't talking about no gorilla pimping. I ain't talking about no wild shit. Pimping. I'm talking about good, honest pimping for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Pimping for the people.
Pimping for the people. You know?
I'm done.
We call it pucking. Pimping under the consent of the king.
That's what
pucking out here. No, but like I think like all of that shit should be regular, because it's like it's always like once you cut that shit out and you do this and that, like think about how many people not about to go and buy. Like, it's some people who still mess around, like, with their local favorite hoe who didn't go get registered or something like that, didn't go get an LLC stamp on the box or something like that. But for the most part, it's like you're going to, like, if a dude who is looking at it, and then, like, even, like, that'll take away all this shit. Like, rapists ain't even got an excuse. We just got to say you sick, because right now you can go purchase it.
Right.
You make $100,000 a year, dog. You ain't got to snatch nobody up.
They don't want to purchase.
Hey, you can go right there on Amazon. Let me get some more toilet paper, some baby wipes, and some pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just buy now. Like, order now. You know what I'm saying? What kind of flavor? Order now. We can regulate the tests to keep STDs down, regulate tests and stuff like that. Fine people, suspend them, pull their pussy license or whatever like that.
The crazy thing is, though, you know, that movie we were watching, right? What's the name of the movie we were just watching the other day? Skin in the Game.
Oh, Skin in the Game.
Yeah. And so the girl, she was like, it was, but still, we watched the whole thing, though. He came back to it the next day to finish it.
That's because I'm married to you. I don't got a choice. We got one TV in the bedroom.
All into what they said now? Okay. So the little girl was in there. She was turning tricks or whatever. And then somebody came in, and she was like, she didn't want to have sex with him. And the lady who she called in to save her, basically, who was an ex-hoe, she like, why didn't you want to? She was like, because he had stuff on his balls.
Yeah, he has some stuff, but he gonna say, "Don't worry about it."
She asked him what it is.
He said, "Don't worry about it."
I asked him what it is, and he told me not to worry about it.
But you wouldn't have that problem if selling pussy was legal, because you could just have a bumps, no service sign, like just like no shoes, no shirt, no service. We reserve the right to refuse service to anybody.
It's not the girls, because a lot of times they're really safe. You know, they
do
what they have to do.
Like a solid, well-trained hoe is probably cleaner than your average bra you about to grab from church or something like that, because she knows she got to get tested. She knows she making people wear rubbers. Like,
so they get, the men or women that come with all this other shit going on. And spreading that shit.
My uncle used to tell me when I was a kid, he said, you better off messing with he's like, it's safer for you to mess around with a hoe with standards than it is to mess with with like an inexperienced woman or something without, because it's like, you got some inexperienced women out there, they might, I only had sex with 3 people. You fucked all 3 of them people raw as soon as you did it. So you know how that goes. It's like, you fucked him raw, he fucked 30 bras raw, they fucked 30 dudes, or so on. Boom, big ass web or whatever. But it's like, old girls, like, she might be exposing herself, like the hoe, she might be exposing herself to more dick. But at the end of the day, really, it's like she might be exposing herself to more people. But at the end of the day, if you taking protection, you know what I'm saying, and taking all the standards, she's safer than a woman who had sex with 3 people who don't know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? If you just having sex with them raw, so people be thinking body count mad. It ain't body count. It's quality count. Like, you be talking about, well, her body count. She had sex with 10 dudes. She had sex with 2 dudes who are community dick and didn't wear rubber with them. So she really fucked the whole neighborhood. Like, that's really, if you could follow the web from people to the people they touch, it's like, you be able to like community dick over there, community box. Like, then you really see like, this hoe ain't that bad. See, her line stopped because she wore rubber and all this and that. So she might just be the next one in a happy commercial. Like, hey, my life is still good. Traction.
Stop.
Yeah, life is still good. You know what I mean? So, but I forgot all about it.
Stop.
Anyway, drugs should be legal as well.
Drugs should be legal. And my reason is probably not what you would think. And it's because, I mean, everybody tries to, well, the government in particular tries to control everything everyone does. Yes, we do have an epidemic with opioids and all of that.
We've been had an epidemic with opioids. Right. White people in white neighborhoods now have an epidemic with opioids.
Is everybody is grown. They're going to do what they want to do regardless. They're going to sneak and do it or not. I mean, if something happens to those people, I mean, everybody's fully aware of the consequences behind everything, especially something like drugs, right? We see it, dare say no to drugs, or drug assistance. What is it called? I don't even know what it stands for anymore, resistance education. Anyway, everybody had dare education.
So good, we don't remember what the acronym stands for.
Know,
it was
right?
so good. Struggle, drug awareness, resistance, enforcement,
education. Yeah.
I know. We was rolling blunts during that shit. I dare you to finish that shit.
I dare you can't be done before you're done.
You bet you can't be done before gym class.
But everybody's gonna do what they want to do. So I mean, make it legal. A lot of people use medications for a lot of different things. So, and it may help other areas in their lives, right? So I say make it legal.
Yeah, like the CBD oil, the THC, all that. Yeah,
make all that shit legal. Not just that, even some opioids too, right?
So,
and psychedelics. So
I don't know. I know for sure you won't get an argument out of me about weed, but it's something about like if you we grew up at the same time, so it's like watching the crack era.
Yeah,
crack era was different. I don't know if that shit should be legal.
But listen, so it's not legal now, and we still have a epidemic.
I don't know if you're doing crack right now, man. How many new crackheads you know? Like when
you
go back home, how many new crackheads?
Now. I don't know any.
That's what I'm saying. I think crack.
I didn't know their name. I didn't know their name then. So
I knew their name then.
What we talking about now?
Hey, auntie.
So if there isn't,
got some.
Auntie.
Hey, unc.
If there is an epidemic, with that, I mean, the new wave though are the prescription pills. So we talking a lot of opioid addictions. And
the only reason I'm like against the opioid addictions is because like So like weed, it's like ain't nobody really doing shit on weed, right? Like like you get high as hell off weed. It's like you might eat everything in the house, you might be lazy, you might fall asleep somewhere you ain't supposed to or something. But like ain't nobody like starting fights high. Like and weed ain't what caused you to be like I'ma punch everybody, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm about to go steal this TV high on weed. That shit sounds exhausting high on weed. You know what I mean? You high on weed like steal a TV. Fuck that. I'll order one on Amazon. You know what I mean?
Something.
So yeah, so weed. I'm 100% about weed should be legal. But when you get into heroin is like more. It's more than just a mental addiction. Like a lot of things, like cigarettes, all that stuff, is like a mental addiction with a little bit of physical. Heroin is full blown physical. Like if you could stop smoking and you're just gonna have a rough time. You could stop like smoking weed or stop smoking cigarettes or stop drinking alcohol and you're just gonna have the shakes, have a little withdrawal. This and that. If you stop heroin cold turkey, you'll die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the only reason I'm like. I don't know. And I had a lot of heroin addicts in my family, and heroin is like heroin's a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you see, like if you see somebody selling a baby in the hood, that was heroin. That ain't even crack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this the difference between like crackheads, because like coke is like one of them things. That's a party drug. Like you got people on Wall Street, shit like that doing coke. So my
thing is of saying that is that people gonna get what they gonna get anyway.
Yeah,
that's why they are heroin addicts. That's why
that's
they
the
are
only
cokeheads.
one.
That's why they are.
It's because of the
they're getting it anyway.
I just feel like at that point, it's because of like when it comes to something that's addictive like that, now I'm worried about the access to it.
So addictive can be anything for different people.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you just can't. To me, it's like no matter what, you cannot sell. And I get it. Like I'm not saying that it shouldn't be. It's just that like I have some like I don't know. I have some reservations about letting like heroin be legal. Like weed, it's like, yeah, let that shit be legal. Everybody smoke, do your thing, this and that. If businesses say you can't be high at work, just don't smoke before work on all that, this, that, and the third, cool. But like heroin is like, come on, man. People, yo, I remember it was this dope fiend back home named Mike Youssef. This dude tried to sell me.
You said his whole government name. Like,
yeah, but that's his nickname, Mike Youssef.
Oh,
yeah, that's his real name.
I was about to say.
Who last name Youssef in the hood? Like, yeah. But
I mean.
What?
Why wouldn't it be?
Because we get Muslim names on the first name. Everybody keep their last name. Your last name still Peters or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about this dude tried to sell me a bathtub. A bathtub. Have you ever seen somebody on weed try to sell you a bathtub? Have you ever been sold a bathtub? Crackheads ain't selling bathtub. Heroin addicts will try and come down and pop our arms and sell a bathtub. This wasn't a new bathtub. This bathtub was removed from someone's residence.
From somebody's house.
This was not like bought this brand new bathtub, walked it out of Lowe's. A goddamn bathtub. You know what I'm saying? And he coming down, he got the bathtub on his back. So like the part that you sit in, he got it kind of tilted. It still got the pipe for the damn shower coming in front of him or something like that, like a unicorn horn. He walking down there, he'll be like, hey, what's happening? Hey, Mike, what's going on? What you doing with that tub? Like, you need one? We all live in apartments. Don't nobody own houses back here, you know what I mean? And if you own a house in Newark, like when growing up, it had to have like the utilities, and it wasn't like you was gonna go somewhere and be out of a bathtub. So where the hell was you gonna sell this bathtub?
Yeah.
And why are you that strong to walk all these city blocks with a bathtub on your back? You know what I mean? And penny loafers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And penny loafers in a tank top. You got on slacks, penny loafers in a tank top. Why is that your go-to outfit? Why are you moving the bathtub? That's heroin. Like, ain't nobody doing that on weed, man. I ain't never seen a dude on weed trying to sell nobody a bathtub. He might try and, like, trade you double stuffed Oreos for golden Oreos or some shit like that. Like, the puffy Cheetos for crunchy Cheetos. Like, you know what I mean? But ain't nobody trying. So it's like the heroin, and then people die. Like, the difference in the hood, like I got friends that did a lot of illegal stuff, right? So it's like, if they go ahead and they say they, like, the difference between crackhead and a heroin addict. The crackhead and heroin. A crackhead will come back and say, hey, your crack suck, this and that, I want a refund, blah, blah, blah. Heroin addict will come back and kill your ass because ain't no money like dope money. A heroin addict will come back and kill your ass.
So, Bunny brought up a good point. It's not so much the drugs being illegal is the problem. It's what causes the people. It's what it causes the people to do to get the drugs. People are legit willing to kill to get money for perks. Yeah. Now, she's right about that. So, I mean, that's because it's illegal,
but right? Guess what? Ain't nobody who got shot for an eighth? An eighth of weed.
I can't say.
I know a lot of people that get shot for perks.
can't
I done
say.
seen a lot of people get shot for perks. I done seen a lot of people get shot for
Because
sherm,
it's illegal.
heroin.
Because it's
Weed
illegal.
been illegal.
If it was legal,
Weed just became legal, and
okay,
guess what?
we
Nobody
talking
still ain't got
about
shot
perks,
for it.
though. Right. So they got shot for that, but all that stuff is prescription based, right? Those opioids are prescription based.
Yeah, but all it is drugs. They're heroin. Opioid. If it's an opioid, it's fucking heroin.
So what I'm saying is it's illegal, and that's why they're scuffling, fighting, trying to get it, gotta get it. But if it was legal already, it wouldn't be the access to it. It wouldn't be all the bullshit.
The access ain't the problem. They got to get the money for it, because when you do heroin, you're not employee of the fucking month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't my go-to employer. Like, hey, unless I'm in a business.
There's some functioning.
There's some functioning heroin
there.
at, but what I'm saying is, I don't need you to carry a bathtub every goddamn day. Where do we work at that's going to be your job? Like, just moving bathtub?
Lowe's.
We got forklifts. Why is we using Mike? Like, like, you know, he carrying
Home Depot.
Yeah, wow. Home Depot just moving tubs are us. Employee of the month, Mike Youssef. Hey, just walking down.
Bathtub fitters. I mean,
walking down 11th Street.
I can name a few.
Ain't nobody carrying no goddamn bathtub like that. There's so many better. How they been carrying bathtubs now before junkies got into the business? Like we just got a warehouse of tubs sitting somewhere. We ain't moved the tub in 30 years.
That's where they get them tubs from that people unsatisfied with. They find them around the street somewhere around the corner.
Yeah, and it's like even so. Kiki, the funny as hell. She said, "Why are you that strong to carry a bathtub?" Yes, exactly. And then, well,
make you do
a bathtub. I mean, heroin addicts are strong. They not fast. Like, you know how crackheads would be the one they be like, man, ain't nobody catching no crackhead.
Yeah.
Crackheads got the speed. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But heroin addicts, strength. It's like, is that a bag of heroin under this bus?
Yeah, get that.
Legit. Like, you know what I mean? Let them people go. And she said, even if it was legal, they have to get it from somewhere. That's the dangerous part. So, yeah, if it was... Yeah, so it's like it's legal. They still got to get the money from somewhere, and that's where you still run into the problem. Is like
from somewhere. Like we have the dispensaries.
Yeah.
You know, then here we go. People stay. You know, checking out.
Yeah, like even if you made a heroin dispensary, I'm gonna tell you right now. You ever seen World War Z?
With Brad Pitt in there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what? No, I just looked at him on the cover.
I love how you just describe. Like I'm about to describe the whole movie and then say, nope, I didn't see it. The one with the zombies and he's climbing the wall and he's going after Brad Pitt and then he found the cure and found out that they ain't eating when they had diseases and this and that. Nah, I ain't never seen it. Oh.
Nope, I ain't never seen it. I just looked at the cover and thought it was lame. So
yeah, but so the way them zombies be acting, like when them zombies was like them I Am Legend zombies that like vampires or whatever it is, like that's what that dispensary would look like. That's what that damn dispensary would look like. That dispensary would be like people just crawling all over there like, hey, I would happily give you $7 a day for a bag of heroin. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? They out here trying to barter and trade and stuff like that. It's just different what heroin will make you do, the extremes that it will make you do. So if people did come with it, I don't know. It's probably a way to get to it. But I think obviously the biggest problem is like all the reasons that we have people self-medicating and doing drugs and shit like that is the bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's treating the symptoms by saying, here's some shit that'll fuck you up, that'll calm you down on the back end and be free. But let's deal with damn mosquito.
Deal with the issue at hand, your mental stability.
Yeah, the mental stability. Why do you feel as though like depression. I need to put a needle into myself? Like you cracking everything up. Like you could just smoke crack. Motherfuckers grab that glass dick and smoke crack. Like, they look like Pookie on New Jack. No, it's like, you know what I need?
Instant right now.
I need it right straight to the vein right now. It's like,
and let me tell you something, all right? I've never done any of those type of drugs, right? And I went to the hospital, right, when I thought I was having an aneurysm, okay? It
wasn't because of me.
No, it wasn't. This was, when I was married to someone else. And my head was, I had double vision. I was freaking out. Headache lasted for 10 days straight. Migraines entire day, 24, unless I'm sleeping 24/7. And I went to the hospital, got rushed to the hospital, actually, and they gave me a headache cocktail, and it was something so simple, like scaled down Benadryl, like all, none of the other stuff, and like Tylenol. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I can take that on when I have allergies or some shit. And they put it in my veins. Okay. It was like in its pure form and all that shit. And
they cooked it up right.
I was like, all right, then they did it, and then like in seconds, I was like, what is that? Was the
hello.
And that feeling was like, oh my God, good. Okay. It was,
You
and I
almost
said I
became
can
a
only
Tylenol junkie.
I can only imagine
Heroin.
what right. That's scared. I was like, oh my God. And that's what it is. They chase that. They chase
Yeah.
that first initial high.
That's a Baltimore love thing, boy. Like
Oh
that's
my
that song
God.
50 made Baltimore love thing. That song is about heroin. You would just imagine like you felt like that from think about epidurals and all these other things
Right.
that women
Oh no, well, I had an epidural. It wore off, but no.
but
I
what I'm
didn't feel
saying is,
that.
it's like that's not
different.
even that's just in the back. When you hit the vein, though, you hit the vein. It's like, come on with it, cause like you hit the vein, that shit straight. That's why something crazy. I learned about this in the world's finest military. Do you know that some people ingest alcohol through their asshole? It's called butt chugging.
Oh yeah. That's not it. They'll do a lot of different things.
Yeah, they do a lot of different things, but apparently it's like it takes like a small fraction, like 1/25 of the alcohol to get you, like, you know what I mean? Like if it took you a fifth to get drunk before, it was like a couple shots and you was gone.
Well,
because
do you know
it
why?
because it passes all the fucking stuff that's supposed to liver, kidneys, and everything
The
that's
colon
supposed to.
is meant for absorption, so that's where most of your absorption is gonna come from.
Well, I'm telling you, ain't no. Yeah, exactly. That's a real thing. You know what I learned about that at?
Well,
When I was going to college before they sent my ass home and told me I should join the military. When I went in there, I'm talking about, dude, you know, I done seen people do cake stands and like on TV and everything else. And it's like, I seen an old boy doing he doing a handstand. And then they popped his pants up. Like, because he's upside down, so they pulled his pants up, which is down, you know what I mean, exposing him. And I'm up here like, oh, hell nah, man, I ain't with this dude. You know what I mean? This is fresh after the 90s. You know what type of, it was a whole lot of baguettes flying out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whole lot of baguettes flying out there. And, you know what I mean, letting that word fly. And, like, well, what the fuck they doing this now? Oh, no, he butt check, they getting drunk. I'm like, that's not how you drink.
Yeah.
The word drink. Motherfuckers over here cotton with alcohol and this and that and absorbing it. But I'm just saying, you think about this. It's like DUIs. How the worst I done seen people do with like weed or something, driving is like, he fell asleep at a light. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you got to honk at him. He eating Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? It's like alcohol. Like alcohol is legal. And we see the effects of alcohol ruining people's lives on the regular. It's like alcohol fucks you up immediately and later. Like other drugs eventually fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like even heroin. It's like heroin, you don't become like the worst person in the world that day.
Yeah.
Alcohol makes you like, even when you high.
That day, in a few minutes.
Yeah, like alcohol,
on
even
your,
when
your
tolerance
and tolerance and
Yeah.
intake. Yeah.
like alcohol, like heroin, they get high, they just over there fucking with psychedelics, you know what I mean? Weed, all this other stuff, people chilling. It's like alcohol, like eventually as people get more addicted to cocaine and crack and heroin and methamphetamines and all that stuff, they become terrible. Alcohol bring out the worst in people that same goddamn night.
Yeah.
And we just like, run it.
Definitely does.
You know, from experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few experiences with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Anything you want to divulge?
Unc say I saw a crackhead woman walking naked through the street. I was at the store.
Yeah, ain't nobody walking around naked without, and I might come out in my pajamas or some shit.
Right. Let your ambitions go. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure she won't worry about no inhibitions.
She wasn't worried about it. Exactly.
I need this new rose.
She was free.
I mean, you could go to Burning Man or some shit like. Yo, you heard of Burning Man?
No, what is that?
Yo, Burning Man, I ain't gonna do it no justice. But for the most part about it, it's like a bunch of people go out to a desert. They be bringing like buses, all this type of shit, this, that, and the third. They get high, and apparently it's like the most like crazy experience that people go through because people go to Burning Man, and it's like the rule is like you can't say no. Like not about like sex or something like that, but like not about your body or something. But like if somebody wants to talk, you can't. Like it's all inclusive. That's what I mean. Like it's all inclusive. Like there's none of that. Like I don't want to talk to this fucking weirdo. We gonna forget him. It's like no, it's all inclusive. Everybody like it's part of the conversation. People get high. And
the annoying person.
Yeah, and people say that they get so much. Look at Bunny comment.
I mean, it sounds a little interesting to me, though.
Yeah. So I done heard people talking about it. Like I heard it on the podcast, and they don't be bathing.
Wanderlust.
Yeah, like some Wanderlust type shit. That was a horrible fucking movie. Yeah. Oh, don't forget about Molly's. They the worst. You know what else is bad about like the drug culture? Rappers, like you remember, like the rappers we grew up with. They used to sell drugs. Now the rappers nowadays, they all do drugs.
Yeah, they do drugs.
It's
yeah,
up in like,
crazy.
you went from like selling, I had to sell drugs for my family because we poor, blah, 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 this and that. Life is rough. These motherfuckers like, I ain't got nothing to worry about, but I'm still sad. I'm going to do mollies and drugs and shit like, no, bro, I was just cool.
And then they talk about how high they get and the stupid shit that they do.
I was so high, I felt like I was on a spaceship. I ate food.
I don't know.
I couldn't taste
rap is
it.
just
Like,
different.
bro.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that shit. Boy, I'm putting on my old man hat for that one. Bring out the monocle. Let me tell you about this hippity hip hop pop. That shit is ridiculous. Like so.
Yeah, Molly's is
And then it's crazy, even with the drug thing, right? Like heroin been a problem. Heroin been a problem since after Vietnam, when motherfuckers came back on the opioid. She said bar. Yeah.
I know, right?
It's like, you know what I mean, heroin been a problem. Like we knew it was a huge problem. Like in around 9 and shit, when people was coming back from there, nobody was worried about it then because it was black people with heroin. Now as soon as you go to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and you go to these places in Vermont, Maine, and you start seeing these white people out here struggling with heroin, I'm like, oh, we got an opioid epidemic. Bitch, we been had an opioid epidemic. Was you here for the 70s?
Yeah.
Like I know you motherfuckers was like, was you here for the 70s?
God.
Like motherfuckers was out there, flowers. Like it's like, was you here for the 70s? When I'm at the bus stop, I see many young people smoking mollies all the time. I don't even, to be honest, I'm so out of touch. I don't even know. Like, I guess it's just like anything else. You can crush it up and smoke it.
Molly?
I guess it's just like anything, because you can smoke crack.
Yeah.
You smoke crack, don't you?
That's so crazy.
You used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman.
And it's weird because they're only doing it because
they think it's cool.
Yeah.
And you know what the crazy thing about it is? It reminds me of the way, like, that people, like the people who used to get drunk when you was in high school. I'm talking about like freshman, sophomore year, people that was getting drunk. And we would act like it's cool because we all thought it was cool, but nobody wanted to be that dude. Like that dude who was all drunk and sloppy. It was like, this dude drunk and goddamn lunch? Like, this fucking fifth period. Get yourself together. Like, but we didn't think it was cool, but it was like, you didn't want to say it wasn't cool because it was like the culture, like you ain't want to feel like a lame or something like that. I'm like, man, I ain't never had a good 40.
No.
I drank a lot of 40s, and I'm talking about, I done drank, I'm about to say top tier 40s. What the fuck is a top tier 40? But what I'm saying is, I done drank regular 40s, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Just regular shit like OE. And I done OD and St. Ives. And I done drank Steel Reserve, Hurricane. Like, that shit straight bull. Colt 45. Remember the blue bull on it?
Schlitz. That's what it was.
You know what I mean? Malt liquor.
Is that German? Schlitz.
But, maybe. But I don't know. It's like, I done drank 40. You know what? High gravity, this and that. And it's like, that shit was straight bull piss. They had this game also in college. They called it Edward 40 Hands.
What's that?
They'll tape your hands together with 2 40s. And you got, you're going to have to piss because that's 80 ounces of bull piss. Like, you're going to have to piss. But the only way that you get to piss is you got to finish the 40s.
Oh, my God.
Man, I ain't never seen so many people piss themselves. Like, first of all, your boy, I chugged through 140, got to the other 40. Man, I got pissed. They were like, hey, man, you good? Because I already been drinking. Oh, no, man, you got to finish that 40. Like, no, I don't. Who's going to clean this up? Obviously not me. My hand's bleeding. I got to pee. Like, fuck out of here. But, yeah, just weird-ass games like that. And, like, even, like, and people always going to have fun, have some fun, crazy way to do drugs and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I agree. Like, drugs should be legal. It's just, heroin is like, I just seen the effects of heroin, and I just feel bad for people. Like, I get it that people are adults and they're going to do it, but it's just one of them things where it's like, this is bad for you, and everybody should have freedom in their adults, but it's like, I know that, and nothing good going to come out of this. Yeah. Like, ain't nobody do heroin and was like, I wouldn't have made it to where I am right now without shooting up heroin between my toes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an elite athlete because I shot heroin up. That ruined Earl Manigault life. Earl Manigault would have been the greatest. Shooting up between his toes. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to shoot up in his leg.
And your fingernails.
Yeah, the fingernails, everything else. Come on, man. Like, people go from literally, like, I remember, just like, and the funniest thing, and I'm going to leave it on this, is like 2 funny instances of dealing with crackheads, or heroin addict. Had a heroin addict when I had got a tattoo done. Heroin addict in the hood was like, what, you got a new tattoo? Man, I can't mess with that. I'm afraid of needles. Sir? I can't be having nobody hit me with no needle. Them needles might not be clean, sir.
Oh my God.
Sir, I just watched you purchase $16 worth of heroin. Like
to shoot up with the buddies.
to shoot up with your buddies out there, so that you could be out there gargoyle mode, chasing stars and shit like that.
Oh my God.
I don't mess around with no needles. And then when heroin addicts tell you that,
he don't mess with no needles.
he's up here like, you don't know if them
None
needles
at
clean.
all.
You don't mess with no. What you mean? I don't know if needles clean?
He get pristine needles.
Yeah, I get my shit pristine. I still
get
leaves right out the
sanitized
emergency
needle.
room.
Right.
In fact, what you think was in that bathtub that Mike Youssef had? Fresh new needles in the pack. We ain't no savages.
So they go to the hospital and then steal their shit when they go when the nurses
just busting
go
in and be
away.
like, oh, I got a headache. I need to see somebody.
Need some new needles.
And then they go in there. That's why they start emptying. You know when they had crackheads in there, they empty the drawers. Crackheads was sitting in the clean room. And they just be in there with a bed and a little fucking pulse ox.
Oh my
Boop,
God.
boop. They're going through all the drawers. It's just notes like, go get help. Like, get yourself together. Your bum ass ain't no syringes, ain't no gauze, no nothing. You know what I mean? That was a crazy experience. And then we was talking about the COVID vaccine. I was talking to somebody about the COVID vaccine, and I was in Jacksonville over there talking to the homie by like Moncrief.
Mm-hmm.
So you know Moncrief is getting in. So over there talking to him, and he was up to like, yo, you need to just go ahead and get that vaccine, man. You know the military, they gonna kick you out, this and that. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to ride this till the wheels fall off. He'll be like, hey, young blood, don't get that vaccine. You don't know what's in that needle. So
he know what's in his needle.
Yo, you see the track marks in there. I'm like, I'm up like, I looked at the track marks in his arm because he had a t-shirt on. I'm like, dog, you doing heroin? And he like, but I know where my heroin come from. Let me tell you something. Hey, he done said the brother let's just say the brother's name was Peter, because we just go like, I don't want to put him out there. He like, Peter wouldn't give me no bad stuff. Peter ain't the one getting the poppy seeds and putting this shit together. Yeah. All Peter do is weigh it, bag it, throw some bullshit in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Here's a little fentanyl. Have a nice day. Right. Which is another crazy thing with that fentanyl. Yeah. That's getting people to fuck up out of here.
Yeah, fentanyl.
But yeah, he's gonna talk about don't get that COVID. You don't know what's in that needle, sir.
That's ridiculous. Like,
sir. And the
irony.
Yeah, the first one, that one with that tattoo though, he killed me because man, I don't mess around with them needles, man. You don't know if them needles clean.
Like, you don't mess around with needles?
You don't mess around with needles, Mr. Heroin Addict.
Okay, that's new. That's news for new people. Okay.
News for the new people. Mr. Heroin, I don't mess around with that. Look at all these track marks on my arm.
All right, y'all. Do y'all know what time it is? Time it is. Do you
gun to your head time. Yo, B Rabbit is so funny.
Gun to your head. You either lose.
Oh, is this the one? Oh, you motherfucker. Right,
no, it's not the one.
Okay. I thought it's that one we talked about that I said I ain't doing.
No, I actually forgot that one. I don't know where I got that right. Hey, I'm fine. Gun to your head.
To the Lord.
Lose 1 inch from your penis each time you have sex. Or
whatever or is.
You have reverse boner syndrome, which is when you always hard except when you're aroused and then you go soft.
Damn. This don't even affect you though. What's your version of the question? No,
my version of the question.
What, you dry as hell? You just a naked dolphin, a slobbery dolphin all day long?
Don't worry about me. Worry about you. The question was for you.
No, because this ain't phase always gun to my goddamn.
Why
everybody putting guns to my head? I'm the only one carrying the gun 24/7. Everybody putting a gun to my head like I ain't gonna shoot first.
What is it? What you
lose an inch of my dick every time I had sex.
Yup. Or have reverse boner syndrome.
So every time I get hyped up, like, damn, I'm about to tear this shit up.
Yep,
spaghetti noodle.
But other than that, you hard all day long.
So I'm just walking around knocking lamps over, trying to
lamps over.
God.
Gun to your head. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Yo, I will answer the question when you give me the female version.
I have a female version for that.
So who you do?
I don't have a female version.
All right, so
that was sent in. So
all right, so the female version gonna be that your vagina drips ridiculous, the worst you've ever been aroused. I'm talking about wet slobbery dolphin, just. Okay. all the time until you get aroused. And that shit straight Sahara Desert, like hurts for entry. Can't even get in there. Lubricant ain't working. It's just like.
I'm going to go hurts for entry.
I'm talking about like you can't get it in there. Friction. Can't get it in.
Cause we got KYJ.
No, I'm talking about it sucks it up.
All of that.
That sucks it up. That shit like that shit like diabetic feet. That shit like diabetic feet. It's just sucking all the goddamn moisture. Every time. I'm talking about you spray that box with a fire hose and that shit's just like it's like fucking Kirby. Like that shit will not get wet.
Well, I'm gonna be flipper then.
You gonna be flipper just just changing out pads all the time?
I'm gonna be flipper.
Losing an inch of dick. So that mean hey, this is when somebody start capping and be like, damn, that mean I can only have sex 36 more times.
Yeah. Like, I feel sorry for the folks who ain't working with much in the first
place. I feel sorry for the people who ain't got 4 foot
You
of
got
dick.
5 or 4 times left. That's all you got.
You only got a couple times before nobody want that shit anyway.
Nobody.
Like, inch?
An inch every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to go with reverse on what's the name. Like,
really?
Because either way, like I can have sex a couple more times, or I got to be around here. But I got to be around here with the man. I'd be like Ron Jeremy with the grip on.
You can't never really do it, because you you get soft every time.
I will find a way mentally to beat it. I'll be up to like yeah, let's have.
It won't.
No.
Reverse the boner syndrome.
No, because it's just like. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm just be sitting there and I'm be like, dead puppies, grandmothers in lingerie.
You hard all day. Mm-hmm. All day long you hard until it's time to do. Then
you said until I get aroused. I'm just not going to get aroused. I'm just not going to get aroused. At least I still
How can you not get aroused while you boning somebody?
I'm not going to bone them. I'm going to be up to like, I'm just look at you and be like, when I go to sleep, do what you got to do. I love you, baby. Like, I'm just drug myself and just let you take it every night. Be like, do your thing, baby. And I'll be like, how was it? You was like, baby, it was excellent. I'm like, yeah, I wish you could have been there. Did you record it?
Wish you could have been there.
Did you record it? I'm not an inch of dick. Let me tell you, that's one of the jokes that we'll tell somebody like. Be up to like, man, I was up to like my boy Dave, not the big homie Dave, but Dave, man, he said some shit like, I would rather give 2 inches of dick from the middle than to have to talk to that motherfucker again. I'm like, jeez,
from the middle,
2 inches of dick from the middle. That means you just lost the rest of it anyway. Oh Lord, like, Lord. But yeah, I'm having reverse boner syndrome. Like at least I'll be able to still please my wife. Just gotta get it while I'm asleep. Hard as Chinese arithmetic out here.
Well, guys, thank you very much for sitting with us in Uncle Legend's Corner. Again, we appreciate your support. We thank you for all of the... we thank you for all of your suggestions that you've been sending in to us via text and or askunclelegend@gmail.com. If you have anything else you want to add to the podcast or you want to be on the show, hit us up, askunclelegend@gmail.com. Peace.
Peace. Y'all, Fox ain't shit for that one. All right, we done here.
So we finished the recording session. Y'all, what's up? What's
happening? We out here bullshitting for a little while now. Fox hit me with, I almost pulled the trigger. I almost felt like how you felt when Art hit you with the okie doke.
Oh, yeah, that was a wild one, Art. Gee.
Ooh, Art, I don't even remember what podcast that was, but Art put you in there, man.
That's like
ringer.
4? Episode 4 or 5?
No,
I had to kill myself.
We was in double digits already.
Ain't no way.
We was like 20 podcasts in or something.
I don't know.
And he got you the fuck up out of here. But you ain't gonna get your boy up out of here. You about to get this hard sleep dick. You about to get this sleep number dick.
Sleep number. We do got sleep number.
You about to get that sleep number dick. Mattress stiff, long haul country dick.
So, what are y'all doing? Y'all don't laugh at my hair. Like I said, I got dreads. And
Chiquita banana.
Unwrap all of my rods for this podcast. Okay, no.
We done here. I gotta go get a
haircut
tomorrow. I'm a whole hobo out here.
Nothing. Going once, going twice.